And the intention is that little by little, with small and realistic steps, we move from possibly an autopilot mode to intentional actions in our work and in our life. So this space is really for everyone possibly feeling that something needs to be shifted, that you may feel also you do not want to keep running like this in your life. So these little steps, they aim to bring you back to a path which feels more aligned and a little bit more like purpose. So why purpose does at all matter? Purpose is not just a nice topic to have. Research has demonstrated that when we have a sense of purpose in our life, we experience less depression and anxiety. We have a better mental health overall, and also greater motivation and resilience. And the figures I show here, I had shown them already during the last series. Mental health in Europe costs 617 billion euros per year. And in Switzerland, the Swiss work-related stress cost 6.5 billion a year. But also organizations notice this. When people feel that their work has a meaning, they tend to see a higher engagement and retention. So purpose is just not a nice idea. It is directly related to well-being, to performance and health, and for both human beings and organization. So what I propose today, the promise of this series is very simple. The intention is not to fix your whole life within 6 weeks. This is simply impossible. But instead, we will go through small and realistic shifts that will point towards more purpose, that is feeling that your life and work matter, towards more agency, feeling that you have something to say, and towards more directions, a sense of where you are heading. So with each session, you will have at least one practice you can try or practice, reflection questions you can reflect on and journal on, and also a small experiment for the week. So this is really a so-called little gentle reset, realignment, step by step. But now a question to you before I start giving other definitions about purpose. What is yours? And if you hear this sentence, when I hear the word purpose, what does it mean for me? And maybe it is about your work, maybe it is about your family or your community, or maybe it is about your contribution or your faith in life, your creativity, or something absolutely different. So I'm not sure if you have a pen next to you, but if you have, try to finish this sentence. For me, purpose is. And there is no right or wrong. For me, purpose is. So the purpose of this series, again, is really to connect you even more with your real life. It's not just abstract. And now we will continue with a little test which I've decided to call the compass test. It has 3 parts. And you may recognize this situation in your life or in the life of other people around yourself. The outer life keeps moving. The emails are coming, meetings are happening. There are possibly family, children, deadlines, but inside your, in brackets, why, gets very quiet. It doesn't mean that you are broken or lazy. You are simply kind of stuck in a very human way. So today we will use this very simple compass to check not where you were 10 years ago and not who others expect you to be. No, it is about you right now. So we will normalize this a little bit. And during the course of our life, many of us feel like this. From the outside, our life looks successful, or at least okay. Our calendar is full, our responsibilities are very real. However, inside, something is flat or off. But the spark, the sense of direction, that feeling of, I know why I'm doing this, is no longer clear as it used to be. So this is not a personal failure. It is happening when who you have become inside has grown and changed, yet what you experience in the outside life has not yet fully updated. So today we will start updating. So we will scan certain domains. We will scan the work, your relationships, the relationships with possibly partner, family, friends, colleagues, with body and health, which is your physical being, and also your contribution or your impact. How you feel do you contribute to others and to the world? So to each of these 4 elements, you will give a score from 1 to 10, answering this question. How meaningful does this area feel to me right now? 1 feels very empty or off, and 10 feels deeply meaningful and aligned. So don't overthink, just do it. Let's go with your gut feeling and give a score from 1 to 10 to each of these 4 elements: work, relationships, body and health, contribution, impact. And now, during the second phase, you will name your why now. So for the lowest scoring area, possibly relationships, try to complete this sentence in 1 line. Right now, what I really want this part of my life to stand for is. And I will give a couple of examples. I want my work to stand for learning and helping people grow. That's a possibility, which would be very well suited for me. I want my relationship to stand for kindness and honesty, or I want my health to stand for strength and self-respect. So what is your why now and for which area? for this area which has the lowest score. And what you have come up with is not now your so-called ultimate life purpose. This is just the current direction in this season in your life now. And if you have something to write, you can write it down, because writing turns this stronger into a clear and lived direction. And now we move to the third step, and you will choose 1 degree of shift for that area. And you will be asking yourself, what is one tiny, really concrete action this week that would move this area 1 degree closer to that why? Again, examples: saying no once you usually would have said yes, or starting something you have postponed for a long time, or protecting 30 minutes or a day for something that nourishes you, or leading an important conversation you have put off for quite a while. So the key is that it must be small enough to fit into your real calendar, your current life, but it must be big enough so that you can feel a difference. And this is really how change begins. It's not with huge decisions and revolutions. It is really with little 1 degree shifts, which are being repeated over time. So if you could, I hope you have been able to write down this small, little 1 degree shift you want to introduce in your life now. And I have started also by asking the question, what is purpose in your own words? And here I'd like to propose this, in brackets, scientific definition of purpose, which originates from the National Library of Medicine in the US. And I provided the source here. And they say, purpose in life consists of having a sense of meaning and purpose regarding one's activities, as well as an overall sense that life is meaningful. There are 2 important points here. It's about our daily activities. A purpose is not just a big dream. And it is also about our life as a whole, feeling meaningful. And everyone has a purpose. Once again, a purpose is about meaning. It's not about a status. It's not about a job, a position. And I also wanted to include in this very first webinar another definition of purpose, a more poetic one. Purpose is the quiet line that threads your days together, the inner coherence between what you do, what you care about, and who you are becoming when nobody is watching. Purpose is often very quiet, is very subtle. And it is really like a thread, I would even say like an energy that runs through all our actions, our values, and our own personal growth over time. And when that little thread breaks or becomes very thin, this is when we start feeling stuck or empty or tired. And it is a tiredness that even sleep alone cannot repair. So our intention here with this series is to notice that this thread, has possibly become thinner, and we will gently strengthen it again. And I'd like to come to an end with this proposal, an image. And imagine that purpose is a wave. And if it is so, where does this wave lead you right now, at this moment? Does it lead you towards more truth, more aliveness, more connection? Or does this wave feel weak and far away? Or going in a direction that doesn't really fit you anymore? Just feel, perceive, notice. And the simple fact of doing so is already a very valuable information. Because once you see where the wave is going, you can start choosing small actions that will help you move in a direction that feels more like you. So during the week to come, my proposal is that you go over again through this compass test, that you feel again what is happening within yourself. If you tell yourself, if purpose is a wave, where does it lead me? So you will have, like previously, the recording and also the presentation, so you can work again on your own. I will also upload them, or the recording, I will upload it on my YouTube channel. And the next calls to action, if you are feeling interested, if you feel interested to go deeper, you may join the next seminar titled Radiant Vitality. And thank you, Marie-Christine. I know you are part of that journey as well. Or Power Ignited and Personal Mastery. And I would very much appreciate if some of you would go even deeper. Not only you attending now, but also people looking afterwards or listening afterwards. So see you next week again for the next webinar on this topic, Unstuck on Purpose. And today again, also a word of gratitude, my gratitude to you for being present today, and also in writing. I have received mails telling me thank you. I have also received a wonderful postcard telling me thank you for this webinar. So I will keep going and doing them in future. Wish you a wonderful afternoon, a wonderful week, a week of reflection, and possibly you will have a decision regarding a small shift.